Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough video of Dwayne Collar's HeroTec, published by Button Shy Games. This is one of their wallet game range. As you can see here, it's in a nice vinyl wallet. As you open it up, all of the whole game is contained within this one wallet. You can see here we've got some instructions and cards, and we've got the expansion, which we'll come to next, come to soon. So and here's other cards. So the game consists of 18 individual cards, as you can see here. Each of the cards has various different elements to them. You can see here we've got a vehicle, a costume, gadgets and layers, and the aim of the game is to collect sets of one of each of those and get the most victory points you can, which are indicated here by these stars. So we've got these cards, so there's 12 there, and we've got another 6 here. 18 cards make up the base game. Now the base game is a 2-player game, where you play against one of your friends to see who can create the best, highest scoring set. But we're going to be looking at the expansion that called HeroTec Job Insecurity, and this expansion supports solo and 3 to 4 players. But we're going to be specifically looking at the solo play for this. So within the base game you get the regular instruction booklet, nice clearly laid out, plenty of instructions and diagrams and screenshots, as it were, in there, and it fits nicely into the wallet as well. So you can refer to that as you go along. And then the expansion here again comes with a little instruction booklet, this time just one fold, outline the 3-player setup and the 3-player game, but also then the solo game and the solo setup and the gameplay for the solo. Now the solo expansion has 6 very specific cards that come with it. You get 1 gadget, 1 costume, 2 vehicles and 2 layers there. Okay, now each card, these are specific to the solo expansion because their abilities can really help you in the solo game or in the 3 to 4 player game. So and there's a tiny little graphic down the bottom here which helps you differentiate that these are actually part of the expansion game. Okay, so each card, as you can see, there aren't any kind of special cards in either of them. They're all just equipment cards, which you build and things. So but they have various elements on them, quite a few different elements to get the hang of on each card. So first off, we have the stars up in the top right hand corner. These indicate these are for the end game. You add these up to see how much you score. They're what we call as victory points or VPs. Okay, you then have the colour and the name of the type of equipment it is. This is green is gadgets here. We then have this icon here, which shows us how much the cost of building this equipment, this mini reactor. There is 4 circuits. Okay, down the left-hand side here, we have the resources that this card can also yield. So when it's in our workshop, it yields a certain amount of resources at these different levels, and so we can use these resources to either build other cards, like this card here. We need 2 circuits and 2 spanners. So if we upgrade this to be yielding 2 circuits, we could use those 2 circuits as part of the build criteria for this other one. Or you can actually use resources on the card to build the card. So we could use these 2 circuits as 2 of our 4 to build this mini reactor. And then in the grey box down the bottom, we then have the ability of this card. So once it's built, you can then use this ability. Okay, and this card here would yield just 1 reactor. And this card here, the shift cycle. Once it's built, you can then, during your turn, you may take up to 3 upgrade actions. In the game, you have 2 actions per turn, and you choose which 2 actions to take from 3 different options. And one is selecting an item from what we call the stockpile. The second action you could take is upgrading one of your pieces of equipment which is in your workshop, and the third action is to actually build it. So you spend your resources or use your resources to then build it. So you can only do 2 of those 3 different things per turn. And you're playing against, in this solo expansion, you're playing against what we call the AI, a robot. The theme of the game is that the company that you work for or a competitor has brought in a robot that is building equipment, and can they build better equipment quicker and better than you can in the same amount of time. So we're going to be playing against them. So to play the 1-player game, we just combine the 6 expansion cards with the base game cards. So we've got 24 in total. You will also need at least 12 tokens or pennies or something to track for the AI, and you'll need a minimum of 4 for yourself. You may even need 1 or 2 more than 4 for yourself. Okay, so got the card. So we have to set up what we call our stockpile, and this means we deal out 6 cards across the top. These are face down. We then deal another row of 7 cards, again face down, overlapping the previous cards. This is what we call our stockpile. We do another row of 6. And then we do 1 face up row of 5 cards. Okay, so here we have set up our cards. Now, this is very important for the 1-player game, the solo game. If there's a plus in the corner here, this is automatically 4 victory points for the AI. Okay, for us, we would have to use this condition, but for the AI, they automatically get 4 for that. So the value of this card is 4 victory points as standard. Okay, especially when it's in the stockpile. Now, when we start, the AI always starts, and the AI, it's quite simple. They always take the highest value victory point card that's available. So in this case, from these 5, and if there's a tie, like we've got here, so this has got a plus, so that's 4, that's 4, this is 4, and this is 4. So if there's a tie, they then just take the leftmost card. Okay, so, and when they take a card, so the AI is going to select this card, and it's going to go into their little pile there. They then take 2 tokens, place 2 tokens onto that card. That and that comes out of their stockpile of 12 tokens. Now, if the AI ever runs out of tokens, that's instant lose for the player. Okay, so we have to manage which cards the AI is taking. Now the AI is going to try and build a complete set. Okay, so they've just taken a layer, so they want to get a complete set. So they now need a vehicle, a gadget, or a costume. And when they get all four, they can then start a new set. Now only complete sets score at the end of the game. But so we can try and control how they keep making new sets, or we can try and stop them making new sets. But obviously we have to take into account how many tokens they have left. Okay, now because they've just taken this card, it has uncovered this card. It has no cards over the top of it, so we can turn that over and have a look. Okay, so in our go, so this is our go, we need to consider what these actions are, because we don't just take a card and it's built. We have to take a card into a workshop, and then we have to build it before we can use it in our for our sets. Now we also only have 4 spaces in our workshop, and we have 2 actions. So one of our actions is to select, so we're going to have to select in our first action. Now I know for sure that this Grab Crab has got an excellent ability. This is one of the ones that came as part of the expansion. So its ability is quite useful for solo play. Starting at the next turn, you may select up to 3 select actions each turn. So that means out of our 2 actions that we get, we don't have to use any. Pretty much, we wouldn't have to use any to select. We could just use them for upgrading and building. So I definitely want to build this one. Okay, so I'm definitely going to bring this into my my workshop here. Okay, and as standard, our resources start on level 1. So that's going to yield 1 circuit. Now I'm going to need 5 spanners to build that. So I probably want to choose another card to help me build. You know, so there's no point. I could just upgrade this, because I will need a spanner. I'll need 2 spanners, in fact. So, but if I grab one of these, now this is a layer, and you see the layers are quite expensive to build, quite tricky to build. Reactors only ever appear as single things, single resources, and level 3. So, and they're quite tricky to build, and for this I'd need 4, but they do yield along the way lots of resources. So they start on 2 circuits up to 2 spanners. So I'm going to select that with my second action, and so then I'm going to really focus on building this. Now because I've taken that card, it's uncovered this card. Okay, so the AI is now, my turn's finished, it's now the AI's turn. So the AI wants to take the card that will yield it the most victory points of a type that it doesn't have already. Okay, so we see here this has got 2 victory points, 4 victory points, but it's already got a layer. 2 victory points for this gadget, but we've got 4 victory points here for this vehicle. So the AI is going to select this vehicle here. The constructor scooter. Now the AI doesn't really use these abilities, but we do need to keep an eye on them, because there is a card, I know there's a card in here that allows us to copy one of our opponent's abilities of a card that they've already built. So this is after an opponent takes a build action, you may immediately take a build action. So we may come across that, we may want to use that. So we're going to need to put a token. Now the first of the set gets 2 tokens, any subsequent build that the AI makes gets 1 token there. We've uncovered another card here, so let's see what that is, another layer. So I now need to start building. Now definitely now I'm going to definitely need to upgrade these, but I can still only make or only get 4 spanners maximum out of these 2 cards, so I'll definitely need to select another card. Now I need to think here, what's going to happen? Do I specifically want any of these? Now the AI, as it stands, will take either this card, well, it will take this card because they've both got 2 victory points, and it needs a costume and it needs a gadget. So it will take one of these 2. So do I want one of these before the AI takes it? Okay, or specifically this one. So once per turn, choose a workshop card to yield double its current resources for 1 build. Now that could be really useful, but the fetch bot's also really useful. So after you take a build action, including fetch bots, you may take a free select action. Okay, but if I build this one, I'm going to have 4 free select actions anyway. So I think I'm going to take this belt of holding, okay, and this is going to, again, I'm going to need 5 spanners for this, but I'm going to add that to my workshop. So I've used up 3 of my 4 spaces in my workshop. Okay, so that's one of my actions. My second action, I'm going to upgrade this resources. So I'm yielding 2 circuits and 2 spanners. Okay, I can't build anything, but that's what I'm yielding. Now I'm not uncovering any other cards. So here next up, we've got the AI is going to have to take the fetch bot. Okay, but that has uncovered 2 cards. Here. Right, so this, so now I have an interesting decision to make here, because if I was to just focus on building, the AI will take this card, this costume, and complete a set, and that set will be a scoring set. Okay, now that may or may not be good, but if I took that, it then wouldn't be able to take it. It would have to start a new set. Okay, so I could kind of force it to have an incomplete set and start a new set. So things to consider here. The AI is going to have to get a set, because with all the tokens, if I don't let it get a set at all, it will run out of tokens and I'll lose instantly. So it is going to get at least 1 set. And when it gets that set, I guess is up to me. And what cards go into that set, again, is up to me. So do I want this ability on this costume? So this ability says, just bring it up to the camera so we can see, when built, declare this item any one type. Okay, so that means it can change. It's the morph skin, so it can change into any type. So it doesn't have to stay a costume. I can build it, and then I could declare it as being a layer or a vehicle or a gadget. It doesn't have to be a costume. Okay, so it has 3 victory points. So if the AI got that, it would complete the set. That's not, again, I'm struggling to remember whether there is any costumes that have 4, because obviously if it had one that had 4, that would be worse for me. There are obviously some costumes that only have 2, so that would be better for me to only let it have that. So I'm going to need to, if I use my 2 actions, that will give me 4 spanners, but then he gets that. Or if I take that card, he doesn't get it. I'd have to start a new row, a new set. Let's just, maybe I'm going to gamble that's pretty good for me to be flexible. So let's take that as my first action. Okay, and then I'm going to use, I'm going to upgrade going to upgrade this to level 2, so I've now got 3 spanners. Remember, I'm really trying hard to get this grab crab built. Okay, so the AI can't complete this set, so it has to start a new set, and it's going to get the card that will yield it the most victory points. So here we've got 4 plus. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but okay, so it's going to grab this. These have both got the same. This is just going to give it 4 victory points. This will give it 8 effectively. So it's going to take that, and it's going to get 2 tokens. Okay, now when the AI does complete a set, I do get some tokens back, so we're not going to completely run out really quickly, but I do need to keep an eye on what's going on. Now that's uncovered a card. Now the clown card is an excellent card, particularly for me. Unfortunately, the AI might get this. You have no workshop card limit. So I really want that, because then it means I'm not restricted to only having 4 in my workshop at a time. Okay, so I can, but if I leave that there, the AI is going to just pick it up because it's already got layers, and it's going to just get a vehicle and start building this set as well, because it will keep building the same set, the sets that it's got going. Now, I could, so tactically, but I haven't got any space, so the AI is going to get that card, I think. So I've got 2 actions. So I'm going to upgrade this to a spanner. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll upgrade this to a spanner as well. 5. Okay, but that's 2 actions. If I want to build it, I've got to use another action. So I haven't even got another action to build. So the AI is going to take the clown car. Okay. It hasn't uncovered any cards. I'm going to build my grab crab, and like we said, starting next turn you may take up to 4 free select actions each turn. So now that this is built, in the future I'm not going to have to use up any of my actions to select. Okay, but I really don't want the AI to have to start another set. It's going to be bad for me. It's going to use up 2 more tokens. That would leave me 3 left. Also, the AI makes masses out of these. It makes 8 victory points out of those. So I really don't want it to have that as one of its cards. So I'm going to add that to my workshop, put my resource on it. So this is going to help me build. I've got 2 layers. Now layers do yield lots of resources, so I'm going to be able to build quite quickly now, hopefully. So we uncover, that's bad for me. Again, I'm going to use a bit of, now this is really good. Again, a good solo player one. Once during your turn you may take up to 4 free upgrade actions. So again, I wouldn't have to use any of my actions for upgrading. I could use my actions for building, as I've already built the grab crab. So now the AI will take the highest victory point card of the item type it doesn't have. Now it's got vehicle. Fortunately, it's got layer. It's got vehicle, so it's going to have to take this costume. Okay, but that will round out this set. So what it will get is it will complete the set. It gets its 5th token. I then take back 2 tokens into the stockpile, into that pile. So the AI has now completed a set, so that will score it points. I don't have a set yet, so I'm currently at no points, but we're okay. We've got quite a lot of cards left in our stockpile. So I need to build, I need to get that into my workshop, the shift cycle into my workshop, so that I can build it. Now I could, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 4 spanners and a circuit. I could build that straight away and then grab that shift cycle. I think that's probably going to be the best option for me. So I'm going to build that morph skin as my first action. I'm going to select the shift cycle as my second action. There, okay. Now I could, because of what I built, if I had any space in my workshop, I could obviously select more cards, but I can't because I've got a full workshop at the minute. So what have I uncovered here? I've uncovered the conversion suit and the morph mobile. When selecting any card, it may start on resource level 1 or 2, so that's really useful. And then when built, copy any player's built items power. Okay, so again, this is the one that if I can build this, I could copy that and have unlimited workshop. So the my goes over, so it's the AI's turn. The AI it's already got a layer in this set. Remember, this is a completed set. It's already got a layer, it's already got a vehicle, so it's going to take this costume. Okay, and they get their token. Okay, so I really want to build this. So currently I could upgrade as one of my options. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spanners, 5 spanners. So I can build this as my second action. So I'm going to build the shift cycle. I'm going to put it up here. Hopefully it won't interfere too much. So now, during your turn, I may now take up to 4 free upgrade actions. So I'm not going to have to use any actions to upgrade. Okay. The AI can't complete its set with either of these. So the AI is going to need to start a new set. Okay, and it's going to take the card that's going to yield it the most victory points, which would be this layer. Okay, that would yield 4, whereas this would only yield 3. We're going to uncover these. Okay, so we've got a biocircuit, and we've got a personal wormhole. So this can yield resources once built, either 2 circuits or a spanner per turn. And this once per turn, peek at a face down card as a free action. Also, when you select, you may take any card in the stockpile. So I could look at any of these cards that are face down, and then if I wanted it, I could take it. So now I'm going to leave. If I take this, then the AI will take that, and I want that. If I take that, the AI is going to take one of these and complete a set, complete its second set. So what have we got here? I could build this once per turn in workshop, yield double its current resources. So I could build that and select that one, or I could select, I can select as many cards, and that's not any of my actions, is it? Because remember, I can select 4 free select actions. So I could take this, select this card. Okay. So that's one of my 4 free ones. So I've got 3 left. If I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spanners, so I can build this straight away. That's one of my 2 actions. That's one of my 2 actions that I've just taken there. Okay, so I've still got 3 select actions I could take. So this is built now. When built, I can copy any player's built item power. Now this clown car, you have no workshop card limit. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. So I'm going to have no workshop card limits. Okay, so I'm going to select this as the second of my 3 actions. I'm going to uncover this card. So that's got 3 VP stars plus, so plus 3 VP worth 6 in total. This effect may be dampened or copied. Okay, so that's actually a really useful one for me to have. So I'm going to take that and put that into my workshop as well. Now I'm running out of space a bit here. Let's move these down a little bit. Don't want them to go out completely out of shot. So I'll put this as this is workshop. This is why you may need more than 4 tokens. That uncovers this one. So I've taken kind of 3 select actions, but they're from my 4 free ones. I've only taken one of my proper 2 actions, and I haven't done any upgrades yet. So I've got 4 free upgrades. But I am going to need to start building my sets because we're running out of cards. Okay. So so what do I want to build? What's going to help me build other cards? This card will mean that any of these can yield double. Okay, so as my second action, I'm going to build this card. Okay, so that means once per turn, choose a workshop card to yield double its current resources for 1 build. Okay, so that's another card in my what we call the showroom. This is where our built cards go into the showroom. So you've got your stockpile, your workshop, and your showroom. So the AI is going to complete its second set here. With this one, this has got 3 against the 2, so it selects this one instead. I'm not too worried about that. I don't like that. That action is not a good action for the single player game. So but that means we'll leave that clown car ability shown because that's the one I'm currently copying. Okay, so it's now my go again. Now I need to start building. I'm going to use my free select action to select this bio circuit. Okay, so that uncovers these 2. Okay, you may build available stockpile cards without selecting them. When you take an upgrade action, you may take one additional upgrade action. Now, I'm not too worried about those because I've got 4 free upgrade actions here. So, taking the select, that's not one of my 2. What am I going to build next? I got plenty of upgrade actions, so I don't really need to build any more vehicles. I need to build gadgets and layers, so to make at least I can, from what I've got, I can make 2 sets to match his 2 sets. If I really want to make, see if I can build, if I can make 3 sets would be great. So I will need another gadget and another layer and another. Let's just focus on building for the minute. So I can use I can drop these 2 down. I've got 5 circuits, 6, 7 circuits, so I can build let's build the personal wormhole so I can get that little peek. So once per turn I can peek at a face down card as a free action. Also, when you select, you may take any card into the stockpile. So let's have a look. So this is the card that most likely. The mini reactor is a good card because when it's built, it just yields a reactor. So you don't have to upgrade all the way up to the top so much. Okay, so I'm actually going to use that. I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to build it straight away. So let's not worry about trying to fit it in here. So that's my second build action taken. So the AI is going to take the leftmost card because they've both got 2 victory points there. It's going to uncover this card. It's a costume. The trash vest isn't one that's very good for solo play. Turn to the bottom of the stockpile. You don't really need to do that much. So I'm going to use my free action to have a little peek at what's this card. It's a layer, obviously. So I do kind of want that if I can, but I really need to get building. So I'm not sure I'm going to get but I'm going to need to give him that card, I think. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I didn't give the tokens. So 2 for that, 1 for that. Okay. So I've got two vehicles, 2 costumes there. I need these 2 layers built, so I've got 1 reactor, so I can use 2 of my free upgrades, 4, so I've used up all my 4 upgrade actions there. Okay, so I could build this one because that needs 3 reactors. So let's just build that. Okay. So that's one of my actions. I can't do any more upgrades. So what have I got here? I've got 2 spanners. That was that on circuits? It was. So I could build this as well, but then I will struggle to get this built. So I need to play tactically here. So if I take that card, that forces him to take that. And when I could take that. So I've got here. I do need to build this, or if I just stop, let the AI take, well, I've got one more action I could do. So let's move this up here as my second action. So I used 4 free upgrades, and I used one of my actions to upgrade and one of my actions to build, which means I only need to use 1 upgrade to get that to build it, and then I can select and see what I can build. So remember, I can choose one of these to yield double, couldn't I? So it could be 2, 3, 4. So I could build this layer, and then at least I'm matching his 2 complete sets. At least I've got 2 complete sets, and then I can work out if I could build another gadget. I would then need to build, no, I'm not going to be able to build. So I need another layer, another costume, and another gadget. So that at this point it's about stopping the AI from getting a complete set. Well, he's not going to get a complete set. So let's build this. So this is going to yield double. So that's 2 reactors and 2 spanners, 1 reactor, 1 reactor here. So 4 reactors built. Okay. And then going to take this into my workshop. Okay. And then I'm going to I've got a win condition on here, so I get extra victory points for each 2 circuits I have. Okay, so if I let the AI, so that's my second build action, so I'm going to let the AI take this costume. Okay, he gets his token. That uncovers this. So I'm going to move this down, an upgrade or degrade. I'm going to move this down, so that's 2 of my 3. And then I'm going to take this card and build, and now because the stockpile is empty, the game ends. Fortunately, the AI had 2 tokens left, so we're okay with that. So what we're going to do, I now pick what I think is my best set. So I'm going to have those 2 layers. Okay. Now this is where I've come a cropper in the past. So I'm going to have to choose both of these costumes, both of these gadgets. So here, now this only gives me 3 stars, but when built, can copy any player's built item's power. Okay, so are any of my opposition's built items powers going to give me any more victory points? That one give me 1 victory point for each card in my workshop, which is good. 2 victory points per player, so that will just give me 2. So that will give me 2. That will give me 4. Now here's where we wonder about the rules. Now these are going to be the 2 sets that the AI scores. These 2 sets is the 2 sets it's created. Okay. Now, do we think I can use one of these abilities to copy? Now I'm going to say no. Fortunately, none of those abilities I want to copy anyway. So these are out of the game. So I'm going to use that vehicle and then either one of these. So that vehicle's out of the game as well. So let's tally up my score. So we got 4 plus 1 victory point per 2 circuits I have. Okay, so I've got 2, so that's an extra victory point. Another 2, so that's another victory point, and another 2, so I've got 3, so that's 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 3 here is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15, and when built, copy any player's built item's power. So I'm going to say, I'm going to copy this one, 1 VP for each card in your workshop. So it's 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 plus 6 is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So I've got 34. So let's see what the AI has got. So first off, their set. So they've got 4 plus 2 per player. So there's only 1 player, that's me. So I'm going to say that's 6. Plus 4 is 10. Plus 2, 12. Plus 3 is 15. Now remember, this has got 4 and a plus, so that's 8. So 15 plus 8 is 23. Plus 4 is 27. Plus 2, 28, 29. Plus 3, 30, 31, 32. So I narrowly beat the AI. 32 points to 34 points to 32. So that was the solo playthrough of the Job Insecurity expansion for HeroTec, Drain Collars HeroTec. Here we go. And thank you for watching. Any questions or comments, please leave them just below, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.